Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just got through reviewing some relatively disappointing Hostess cupcakes. Hopefully these are better. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, oh my god, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And it's definitely the case. I went over there, got off work a little bit ago, and upon making my way home, I decided to go over there and stop off at one of my frequent gas station haunts. And, I was walking around. I always like to keep my eyes open for potential review items, new stuff or wacky stuff or whatever. And it turns out they had a limited edition thing. Two, in fact. So, I just got through reviewing some, I got the thing over here. Boom! Some limited edition Hostess Sundae flavored cupcakes. Ooh, go watch that review if you're interested. They were fine, but, didn't. But these might be better. What are they, folks? They happen to be, boom! They're, again, more Hostess cupcakes, but these are orange cream pop flavored. Okay. I mean, orange Hostess cupcakes are a thing. I'm hoping there's more to it than that, but I don't know. Let's get a thing for the thing. Can we try to get like a thing for the thing? Yeah, it looks like that. Just kind of ha 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 ha. Sure, man. Let's give them a go. Ooh, they're definitely very fragrant. Like, as soon as I opened that up, I got hit with a waft. I will say, the older I get, the less visually appealing a lot of these snacks are to me. That just, like, it's hard to see, but, like, there we go. Like, that just, like, thing, it's just like, that doesn't look like something that somebody should eat. Nobody responsible, anyway. Ha! That's what we call a workaround. Because you look at a guy like me, and you're like, yeah, he would eat that. And it's like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Yeah, I'll give it to him on this one. With the Sunday one, I kind of felt like they were sort of just shoehorning some shit in, just to be like, look, it's kind of a thing. But it didn't really do the best job of, recreating like a Sunday type of environment. This, I mean, all you really have to do is just get the orange part right and then get, the cream. The cream's already there. You're good on that. Okay. So, yeah, it does have a little bit of sort of like an orange cream pop or cream school or dream school, wherever, whatever the fuck they call it where you're from. Because, yeah, it's orange and cream. And that's immediately where my head personally goes to is, oh, okay, that's, it's fine. It's, the problem I'm running into with it is that because it does have that, that orange flavor to it. But it's obviously very artificial orange flavor. And it's slightly, oh so slightly abrasive. Like, it's very evident that it's, again, that artificial flavoring. And here's the thing, something I've noticed from years of, watching other people review food and stuff like that. And typically speaking, if you're somebody who, you're not super partial or, indoctrinated into the artificial flavor stuff and everything, those flavors tend to be much harsher for those people and less appealing. Now I'm not subject to that. I'm very much in it to win it when it comes to this stuff. Not saying that that's a good thing. It's just, I grew up on this type of shit. As I've gotten older, I try not to engage with it as much, but, for review's sake and for snacking every now and again. But the thing is that it doesn't mean that it completely disappears either. It's certainly there. So yeah, that artificial orange flavor, it's kind of almost, it doesn't quite get there, but it's on the fringes of being almost like a little bit sickeningly. It's not, because it's like my brain knows. It's like, hey, this is a familiar flavor, but it's not quite right. Now, again, I do have to emphasize, it's kind of on the fringes of that. It never tips over it, but it does get close enough that, for me, it's noticeable. I also feel like the ratio of cream to orange flavor is kind of off. I'd like a little bit more cream flavor. The one thing I will say that I have to give it is that the orange flavor does have a little bit of complexity, sounds too kind of word for it. It has a little dimension to it. It's not just a blatant and straightforward orange flavor. It has a little bit of, a little variation that as you're eating it. And the best part of it for me is probably the end, because that's the part that tastes closest to like an actual sort of orange vibe. It has like a little bit of like a citrusy kind of hit. If that was more of the experience, I would be more for this. But for what it is, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's fine. I think I prefer it over the sundae because at the very least, I feel like it's doing a better job of representing the flavors that it's supposed to. And it does feel like there's a little bit more effort involved there. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe on occasion, and sure. This isn't going to be like a overwhelming recommendation. I don't mind it for what it is. And even though I definitely have criticisms for it, I would say that the overall of it is probably more good than bad. And I do like the flavor combination. Cream and orange works really well together. That's nothing new. I would, there's definitely a version of this in a, penultimate universe where it's better, like I said, I would, like a stronger orange flavor, that isn't as artificial tasting. But being what it is, I'm working within the realm of Hostess. I could see grabbing one every now and again, maybe. Wouldn't be a favorite Hostess item, but at the very least, it's offering something somewhat unique. And if I'm recommending it, again, sure. I think that if you look at it, it's one of those items where if you look at it and it seems appealing to you, give it a go. If you like that orange and cream combination, it will deliver on that to some extent. Again, I feel the ratio is a little bit off, and again, that artificial vibe. If you're somebody who's not into Hostess or these type of products, this isn't going to change your opinion on it. But if you're like me, you came up with it and everything, it's not a bad thing. You might like it more than I do. You might dislike it more than I do. It's a little bit, I could see this being kind of love it or hate it sort of thing. So for me personally, I'm fine with it. So maybe you'll be fine with it too. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there themselves a truly creamsicle, dreamsicle-tastic rest of your life. I haven't had one of those in forever, so I don't do popsicles very often in my older age, but man, oh man, did I like those, Final 2 things. Number 1, Try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on the creamsicle, dreamsicle thing? And what do they call it where you come from? Because I have heard creamsicle, I have heard dreamsicle, and I mean, I think in my head, going back to when I was younger, creamsicle was probably the more prominent. But maybe I was just a dumbass kid and I'm almost 40 and my brain doesn't remember things the way that they were supposed to be. So let me know what your personal experiences with it were. Anyway,